Hello again, everyone. Marcus here. I review stuff today. I'm reviewing the song Fade Into You by Mazzy Star. As always, the song comes to you as a request from one of my viewers. So if you would like to request something, just leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to add it to my list. The list is super long, by the way, so no promises, but at least it's on the list and there's a chance that it'll eventually be listened to. So I do try to mix it up and do new artists or new to me artists as much as I can. So speaking of which, Mazzy Star is a new artist to me, one that I don't think I've ever heard before. So really just excited to check them out and just see what they do. So I see this song I think was released around April 12th, 1994, I think it says here. So again, not a new song by any means, but definitely new to me as far as I know. So I said we jump right into it. Again, this is Mazzy Star, Fade Into You. The request is to do a live performance. And so I found this 4K remastered live performance and I thought, hey, why not? So let's give it a shot. Here we go.
Take the breath that's true. I look to you and I see the fate. I look to you to see the truth. You live your life, you go in shadows. You'll come apart and you'll go blind. Some kind of light into your darkness. Colors your eyes with what's not there.
Slide guitar sounds great.
A stranger light that turns on slowly. A stranger's heart that's out of home. You put your hands into your hair. Cover your heart. Fade into you. Strange you never been.
Very good. Yeah, that was great. I guess it wasn't technically a slide guitar as the way I know it, like the flat bench that you like play or whatever, but just the way he was playing it sounded absolutely fantastic. So that song was really good. I'm still convinced that I haven't heard it before, but it did sound familiar. And so I'm actually kind of curious just to see who would say Mazzy Star is one of their influences, because again, it sounds familiar. So I'm wondering if I've maybe heard someone who this band has influenced down the line, and that's why it sounds familiar. I don't know, because yeah, there's just something very very familiar and like warming about it, where you're like, yeah, this sounds like music I've heard before. But again, I'm not convinced that I've actually heard this until just now. So anyway, I really want to break the song down like we always do, of course, starting with the lyrics. So it does say here that Fade Into You by Mazzy Star evokes the feeling of deep longing with its slow and repetitive melody, wrapped in sorrowful strings that pull the song's tone back and forth between hope and despair. Yeah, I think that's probably the best you're going to hear. I don't think I can just say it better than what it was written there. That's kind of the feeling that it really made me feel. Tambourines gently jingle, barely audible with clockwork precision, eventually rising past monotony and punctuating the song with a sense of hopeful yet elusive joy. The musical arrangement as a whole is built around a 3/4 time signature, which essentially creates a rhythm that is based upon the number 3. It is the tambourine counting out the beat triplets, while the kick, drum, and snare take turns marking the beginning of each triplet, creating a subdued and hypnotic rhythm. The song appeared as the first track on the album So Tonight That I May See, and was written by lead singer and lyricist Hope Sandoval, with music composed and produced by the band's guitarist, David Roback. While the song never made much of an impact on the music charts, it became very well known and was often used in the soundtrack of television shows and films. So maybe that's where I've heard it before. I'm going to click on this and just see. Okay, so is Mazzy Star's Fade Into You the most overused song in film and TV? So this is a video here. I'm hoping they just list it out. So apparently it's been used from everything from Gilmore Girls to CSI, The Following to Starship Troopers. Maybe I've seen Starship Troopers. Maybe I heard it in there. I don't recall it just off the top of my head in that movie, but yeah. So it's looking like it's something that is kind of used in a lot of different media. I want to just search real quick. So again, maybe I have heard it after all. Let's see. Usually the Wikipedia does a pretty good job of summarizing everything it's been used in popular culture. Yeah, it's a song by blah blah blah. Give me. Oh man, Wikipedia, you let me down here. You're supposed to tell me all the TV and movies it was used in. Okay. Regardless, I think it was a pretty good song, and again, very familiar sounding. So I've probably heard it in a TV show or movie before. But anyway, let's look at those lyrics. So, I want to hold the hand inside you. I want to take the breath that's true. I look to you and I see nothing. I look to you to see the truth. You live your life, you go in shadows. You'll come apart and you'll go blind. Some kind of light into your darkness colors your eyes with what's not there. I feel like this is very well written, very poetic in nature. These lines here just make you like, wow, really well written here. Fade into you, strange you never knew. Fade into you, I think it's strange you never knew. A stranger's light comes on slowly, a stranger's heart without a home. You put your hands into your head, a million smiles cover your heart. Fade into you, strange you never knew. Fade into you, I think it's strange you never knew. Fade into you, strange you never knew. Fade into you, I think it's strange you never knew. Kind of repeats itself there at the end. This part's kind of interesting. A stranger's light comes on slowly. So I guess when you first meet someone, you don't know what beauty is inside them, right? You kind of reveal that slowly as you get to know them. A stranger's heart without a home. You put your hands into your head. A million smiles cover your heart. So I think that line's pretty interesting, right? Like, you sort of smile through the pain, I think is what I get from that, right? A million smiles cover your heart. Like, you're not bearing your true feelings. You're covering it with a smile, if you will. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I mean, again, this is, I think, very well written, very poetic in nature, and it's very beautiful, honestly. So lyrically, I got to give this one a thumbs up for sure. I think it's pretty good here. As far as the instrumentation goes and the vocals, I'll start with the vocals. I loved this sort of almost effortless sound of of her vocal performance. Hope Sandoval, I think it said her name was, while still being very almost like romantic and what's the word I'm looking for? Melancholic sounding, just a very solid vocal performance there. It really kind of grabbed you and sort of gently swayed you, right? As far as the instrumentation goes, I liked the little tambourine she brought in. That was fun. Liked the piano, but I think obviously I think we can all agree that what really stood out was that guitar playing, that slide he was doing. I think just really was in the forefront of everything they were doing. But I got to say, I really did enjoy the other elements as well, particularly the bass. I think it really came in with the bass first, and then it continued that nice groove throughout. So very easy listening. Again, I can see why this was used in so many TV shows, movies, hell, maybe even commercials, because it is a very easy listen. It's very easy to, again, like sort of sway to the rhythm, sway to the music, because it makes you sort of get lost in the groove there between the vocal and the instrumental performance. But again, I can see why. It's very well created, very well produced. So I'm giving it 2 big thumbs up instrumentally and vocally. As far as replay value goes, this is pretty slow for me. This is definitely slower than a lot of the stuff I listen to. But with that said, I mean, there's definitely a place on my playlist for this kind of music exactly. So love the easy listening feel to it. Love the guitar work. Love the vocal performance. And again, I love the sort of poetic writing in those lyrics. So definitely a thumb up from me for replay value. Overall, a very good song. And I want to thank whoever requested this one for a very good request. As always, if you want to be that person to request something, just leave it in the comments. I'll be sure to add it to my list. If you enjoy the music as much as I did, of course, go support the artists. Go listen to their music wherever you can. And lastly, if you want to support me, just all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, like and subscribe and comment. You can also check the description if you want to follow me on Twitter, Twitch, or TikTok. I post on those platforms every so often as well. So, all right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.